Greetings, gentlemen and ladies. Welcome to your Unreal Engine 5 Beginners course. My name is AJ. I'll be your teacher. I am the founder of Hoven Games, and let's just jump right into it. Start by firing up your Epic Game Launcher. We're going to start by, of course, installing Unreal Engine. Can't work in Unreal Engine if you don't install Unreal Engine, so that's what we're going to do first. If you do not have Epic Games Launcher installed, you'll have to do that. Do a Google search for Epic Games Launcher, head on over to the top result, and you can download the Epic Games Launcher from there. This is the Epic Games Launcher. From here you will find Unreal Engine over on the left. Make sure you are clicked into this section, and from here you will be able to access your Unreal Engine projects under Library. You can also find all of your Unreal Engine installations over here. And just as a quick note, you can also access the Unreal Engine Marketplace. The Unreal Engine Marketplace is where you can find plugins and assets and models and animations and visual effects and environments and all sorts of things that you can add to your project. We won't get too into that for now, but just be aware that this is here. Some are free, some are paid. There are lots of helpful resources for your Unreal Engine projects. So let's start by installing our first version of Unreal Engine. Right here you can see that I actually have multiple Unreal Engine versions installed, and you can do that. Each Unreal Engine installation is treated as its own separate thing. So if you install plugins into 5.2.1, they won't also be in 5.1.1. Each one is sort of an independent, individual folder structure and installation. They do not talk to each other. Just be aware of that. Let's go ahead and first install your very first Unreal Engine editor. Click the little plus icon right up here by Engine Versions, and it will probably default to the latest stable release version over here. Now, because I've already got the latest versions installed, the latest one it's showing for me is 4.2.5, but for you it will probably say 5.2.1, or if this is in the future, a later version than that. Regardless, go ahead and install the latest version. This course will apply to earlier and later versions of Unreal Engine pretty accurately, so don't worry if the version isn't exactly the same as what I'm using here. Anyway, go ahead and click Install. You may also notice that right down here you can find any Unreal Engine projects that you have created. And if you scroll down even further, you will be able to find assets that you have purchased from the Unreal Engine Marketplace, from plugins to landscapes and various other things. You can add those assets to your project from down here as well, but we won't get into that at the moment. So go ahead and click Install, and pause this video and come back when you're done. Okay, I'm assuming that you now have Unreal Engine installed. You can go ahead and click on Launch. Now, the very first time that you launch Unreal Engine, it may take 5, even 10 minutes to start up. You might not even see something happening, but if you minimize this window, you should see a little window pop up here pretty soon showing that it's loading. Now, don't worry if it takes a while to load the first time. The second time, it will load a lot faster. That is true of any Unreal Engine project that you create. The first time it will take a long time to load, but then after that it should load quite a lot faster. Okay, so this is your Unreal Engine project browser. Again, from here you can find the projects that you have already created that you're working on, and you can also create a new project. So Unreal Engine provides a number of templates to start from games to architecture to filming and movie making. So we're going to, of course, use a game starting point, and we're actually just going to create a blank template. Now, Unreal Engine would allow you to start with a first-person, third-person, top-down, virtual reality template, and so forth. But the thing is, if you start with a blank template, you can easily add assets from any of these other templates in the future. And in order to show you how to do that and how that kind of works, we're just going to start with a blank template so that I can basically show you how to access those on demand whenever you want from whichever project you happen to be working on. You don't need to make any final decisions at the start. You'll also want to choose if you're using a Blueprint or C++ project. You can convert your Blueprint project into a C++ project in the future if you want to, but basically a C++ project will also have all the same functionality as a Blueprint project with some expanded functionality that you might need for something like compiling a server or something like that. For our purposes here today, we're just going to go ahead and do a blueprint project. We won't do any starter content because, again, you can access this at any point from the editor, and I'm going to show you how to do that so you can understand how to access that on demand without needing to make those decisions at the start. Ray tracing will add some graphical features, however, it will cost some additional performance. Again, you can enable or disable this at some point later on, so if you want to worry about performance while you're working on your project, you can just leave that unchecked. Go ahead and give your project a name right down here. I'm going to call this project the tutorial project. Very creative name, right? I'll go ahead and click create, and once again, this may take 5 or 10 minutes to load the first time. So don't worry if it takes a while, just go ahead and wait. So this is Unreal Engine Editor. We are going to conclude this first lesson here and continue on in the next lesson. Congratulations and welcome to Unreal Engine Editor. All right. This lesson is from my Unreal Engine Beginners course. You can get access to the entire course on my Patreon page. All of my Patreons get full access to all of my courses. And I will be adding more courses and tutorials over time. Links in the description. Thank you for all the support.